Three, you'd have to say.
Yeah,
It's great to have you back, Ger. And I'm sure you're looking forward to the summer and the championship.
It's terrific to be back. You know, Kilkenny might have thrown a bit of a dampener on things with their defeat of Cork in the league final, but you know, the Munster Championship, the Leinster Championship, they're totally separate from the league. And here we are today on a blistering hot day. Tipperary and Limerick with great history of rivalry between them, and all of us want to see have Tipperary got over the nightmare of last year's All-Ireland defeat, and as well as that, Limerick with a very young up-and-coming team. It has the makings of a very, very exciting team today. Just a game on its own. You know, treat this and the Munster Championship as a championship on its own. And really today, I think Limerick may put it up to Tipperary.
One thing that concerns me, or that interests me, sir, if you like, is going into this year's match and, of course, this year's championship is all the goodwill messages and all the phone calls and texts he got for the last 12 months. Will it soften the sharpness of his tongue is the question.
First of all, it's great to have the old sparring partner back here again. Soften him. He's as tough as nails. He's as tough as the bacon he has above his feet, and they're fairly tough. No, listen, it's great to have him back. It's good to be alive. Sun is sweltering hot out there. It won't soften him. He's going to call it as he sees. That's what makes him so brilliant.
How do you call this one?
Well, I think Tip will win. They have the experience. They have been in the last 3 All-Ireland finals. I know they weren't good last year and beaten 4 points. They have a topsy-turvy kind of a lead, Michael. But yet they have the experience. Now, if Limerick are to do well today, they have to start well. They have a very young team. I think Limerick today, they'll be hoping to win. But like, even if they perform well, they'll be happy enough. Tip have to win. If they win by too much, they'll be saying Limerick are no good. If they're not impressive, they'll be still kind of under pressure here. And if they lose, they're going to be shocked. But I think the onus on Tip to win today, playing at home.
Yeah, we're looking at Tip to see what kind of shape they're in. But the other interesting part about it, of course, is Limerick. 2 years ago, Limerick were nowhere. They were going through a very bad spot. Then a bit of a resurgence last year. Now we're trying to figure out just exactly where they are this year.
Well, in your introduction there, Michael, you said about 3 years ago when they met in Croke Park, you know, and Tipperary just wiped them off the field. But Limerick have no defender playing today from that. They've only 5 of the players playing from that day today. So it has undergone a massive change.
Yes.
Don't look really steadied it down last year. And we hope that John Allen will have carried it on. They had a great fixture in the 21 last year. There's 4 or 5 of those, 4 of them playing today, and there will be 5 of them playing in the forwards if Declan Hannon had been fit. So it's a completely changed Limerick team from the last day. So it's a team that's just starting out.
They've been talking to Joanne Cantwell.
It's probably expected that you'll have a good win here today, but tell us how tricky it's likely to be.
Well, the point to do is today, you know, we know that Limerick would love playing Tipperary and they love coming to Thurles, and no doubt they'll come with a big performance today, and that's what we're expecting. But, you know, obviously if our guys play the form, well, then we'll put up a good show.
It's a beautiful day. We're ready. I think we're certainly going under the radar. I don't think anybody gives us a chance, be it media or bookies or public or general public or Limerick public. So it's an ideal way to be going into a game. Training has gone well, we're well prepared, and bring it on.
Yeah, that's John Allen and Declan Ryan talking to Joanne. Now, Cyril Farrell has been looking at what he actually thinks could be one of the more interesting matchups, Cyril, in today's game, with the possible pairing of Shane Downey against Pádraig Maher. Now, they're not picked to be on each other today, but do you think they might end up that way?
Yeah, well, like, you know...
Blue campaign last year and didn't manage to make it into the championship team with any regularity or consistency. From outside the 65-metre line, chance to put his team in front, and he's put it away to the left-hand side. A player who got 2 goals and 38 points during the National League, the Alliance League.
Yeah, Jaron, look, that's a big call, I think, by Tipperary. Owen Kelly, obviously hugely recognised, one of the top free takers of the last.
By Paul Brown to go back, help out, in as far as David Breen, who's the Limerick captain. Inside his own 45-metre line. Over the head there of Brendan Maher. And a push by Shane Dowling. Or a push this afternoon on Dowling. 65 metres out from the target, a chance to put Limerick in front in this match, and it's put over the bar by 19-year-old Shane Dowling from the Piershig. So that's a good confident start by him. Blessed with great ability, an exciting teenage hurler, part of a wonderful Ortschool Reach team in recent seasons. Quad cuts it up well, deep into the Limerick half. John O'Brien was adding to it there. Bounces around here, Garrow O'Brien tries to get there, shouldered. In fact, it's Tom Stapleton, and Stapleton has a look at the target, and that one has just got inside the left-hand post, and it's gone over the bar. Good point by Tom Stapleton, his first ever point in championship hurling, so he ties it up at a point apiece. Made his debut back in the 3-game saga against Limerick some years ago, back in 2007. That was a wonderful series of matches. matches. Puck out towards David Breen. I wonder would he be the of Limerick hurling. Brendan Cummins into the half forwards. Taken once again by Gavin O'Mahony for Limerick. Up here towards Graham Mulcahy, breaks back towards Mulcahy, towards Gavin O'Mahony again. Comes to Shane Dowling, and Dowling outside the D, has a go and puts it over the bar. Second point for Limerick and a second point for Shane Dowling. Really settling in. Well, his play belies his years. Looks very accomplished. Very, very happy to play at this level. It's his debut in the championship, remember. Gavin O'Mahony breaks it down one more time. Down only as far as Brendan Maher. Sent back in there. And coming across for it is Richie McCarthy, the LIT student. Plenty of work for Graham Mulcahy.
Careful and tidy up a bit.
So Dowling once more from 45 metres out, makes no mistake. He's got 3 and 2 of them have come from frees, and Limerick lead 3 points to 1. Well, it's a good bright opening. It's exactly what John Allen will have required of this team.
And looking at the tip forwards, you know, Tal Burke's that centre forward, Noel McGrath the wing. You know, the half forward just don't seem to win any ball at the moment. And Tipperary or Limerick doing very, very well in the half back line.
And Limerick have won this one again, but Noel McGrath's trying to win it back. Tom Condon back there, slips it out as far as Donald O'Grady. Out into the centre, won there by Shane Dowling. Quick turn onto his left-hand side from outside the 65-metre line, and he's put it over the bar. He was punching the air the minute it left his stick. He was absolutely confident it had gone over. And the Limerick fans in the crowd here are certainly enjoying the opening 10 minutes of this game. How about that for a score? 4 in a row for Dowling, 4 for Limerick, 1 for Tip. Puck out once again, taken by Brendan Cummins, down there towards Pa Burke, and stopped by Richie McCarthy. John Allen will have seen him play at colleges level in the Fitzgibbon Cup at full-back. Sure he was impressed. He's been impressed by James Ryan as well. That one sent in there towards the corner.
Good today anyway.
Absolutely. Garrod Ryan, beautiful balance, lovely control, quick look up then, spotting runners, in as far as the full forward. That's O'Mara, swinging on it there, Tip needing a score, he's not got it. Only centimetres wide, but Brian O'Mara with his first opportunity, and he's missed the opportunity, and it's still a 3-point game. Man they call Buggy missing the chance. Nicky Quaid's puck out towards Breen once again. It's fairly predictable. This time it's Tipperary who win it back. This time it's into the centre here towards Woodlock. Little hand pass outside here. Sliding onto it was Paddy Marr.
With the pace of the game so far.
Wayne McNamara. Got plenty on that one. Broken down once again. Garrod Ryan inside into the inside forwards. Off they go once more, and it's Pa Burke. And Pa Burke has slipped it over the bar with some ease. Well, that's a second point for Tipperary. They looked a good deal more powerful that time, and Burke was anticipating. So 2 between them. Nicky Quaid, son of another wonderful goalkeeper, the late Tommy. Fumble there by Brendan Maher. About 3 between them again here for Shane Dowling. Limerick's only scorer so far. He's got a 5th.
But they are trying to play every ball. Back to the puck outs again, trying to pick out, why don't you just put John O'Brien out wing forward and puck the ball down to him there? Trying to come out from corner forward is very difficult.
Well, that was aimed towards Garrod Ryan. Out came Brian O'Mara to pick up this one. He's a big, strong lad, and this time he's got it spot on. No complaints this time, over the bar. 5 points to 3. Brian O'Mara from Kilruan MacDonagh with his first point of this Munster quarter-final. Well, he took on the responsibility, took off as well, looked very strong and composed, very confident.
Great score, Jaron, showing that leadership that you'd like to see from a forward just starting in the first championship game. Great score.
Let's see what Conor Alice can do here. Looked a bit nervous at the beginning of this match. Haven't seen much of him so far. Played in there beautifully as far as Graham Mulcahy. Chance of a score here. He's got a loose player to use if he needs. Doesn't opt to use him, puts it over instead. And the first player other than Shane Dowling from Limerick to score is Graham Mulcahy in the 16th minute. And Limerick lead by 6 points to 3. Beautifully taken down here by Mulcahy. He had Downs available just to his left, but he took it on himself. Brendan Maher forcing that one. Nicky Quaid, sun in his eyes. Big delivery again out towards right half forward, this time over the head of that side.
I think Limerick are trying to really open the game up. They're trying to play the ball right out to the wings and spread out the Tipperary defence. So a couple have gone out over the line.
Once again, it's Tipperary advancing, and it's O'Mara beautifully in here for Burke. Back of the net for Paul Burke, his second ever championship goal. 18 minutes are gone, and the first goal of the match goes to Tipperary, and it was Brian O'Mara who got out ahead of his man, played a lovely little pass, then on as far as Pa Burke, and in past Nicky Quaid. Great shot, low, hard, very difficult to stop. 1-3 to 6 points. The teams are level. Tipperary now will take wonderful heart from that. That's a good clearance by Conor O'Mahony. Big one down along. Begs back towards Garrod Ryan. Back towards Noel McGrath again, the 21-year-old. 2 men on him. And this time the referee...
This one's a good bit harder.
Sure is. The jeering into his ears from the Limerick fans at the town end. 30 metres from the end line. And he's put it into that end of the field. Flair has got a remarkable scoring record in the championship. 21 goals and 356 points.
You just watched John O'Brien here. He switched the play. Brian O'Mara picked it up, and a quick look and a lovely little ball inside the Pa Burke, who'd switched from the far wing, and a great finish. Super goal by Tip.
Very intelligent and very cool. Limerick coming back. Conor Alice. Awkward angle for him. That looks okay, and he's put it over the bar. His first championship point on his debut here in Semple Stadium. And it's Limerick who go back in front again. That's a good response.
He knew it was taken, and obviously the rule is all the players have to be outside the 21, and they weren't, so he's telling Brendan Cummins to make sure, wait for the whistle.
So almost 20 minutes gone. Scoring opportunities so far pretty much the same. 9 for Tip, 8 for Limerick. Here's another one for Tip if they can get it towards Owen Kelly, maybe to Noel McGrath. McGrath taking it himself, effortlessly gliding it over the bar, and the teams are now level for the third time. Beautifully done. He makes it look effortless. First chance he's had, really. Nicky Quaid's puck out again towards right half forward, again towards David Breen, and again it goes out over the sideline. Two minds really as to what he was trying to do there. Finally Shawnee Tobin slipping the little hand pass across here. There's an opportunity for Kevin Downs. Drops over the bar. First point of the match for the big full forward, who's only 20 years of age, from the Piersheik. Big Kevin Downs playing in his 5th championship match here. Certainly thrilled Limerick fans last summer with his displays. Puck out quickly taken. Oof. Up into the air went John O'Brien, the number 15, and away came John O'Brien with the ball. Chance of a first point for him. And that one has been missed as well. Maybe a couple of sleepless nights, that new baby.
I don't know. I can't.
Tipperary in their own backyard.
I have Gerber. Those things are marginal. Pa Burke was loose inside. There was 5 men around Owen Kelly. If he got a little flick, it was another goal.
From that free, Breen breaks it down. Here's a chance. Really good chance. Great save from Graham Mulcahy by Brendan Cummins. Super piece of goalkeeping. Hand passed away by Don O'Mara. Out as far as Michael Cahill, but only back out as far as Conor Alice. Alice right on the sideline here. Awkward angle for him. Back in once again. Fumbled initially by Mulcahy. Dodging around. Second chance. Second goal for him. Well, he didn't get it the first time, but he got it the second. And in the 26th minute, A second ever championship goal for Graham Mulcahy for Kilmallock, and it is Limerick who are leading this contest by 4 points, 1-8 to 1-4. Well, the first time Brendan Cummins made a wonderful save. This time there was no stopping. Picked it up, dodged around Portimar and right into the bottom left-hand corner.
Jerry, super goal. Great ball back.
Strongly built. Perlasar's man, hand passing it to the other number 7, Gavin O'Mahony, who plays it back up towards Conor Alice. Long way to go here. Challenged by Conor O'Mahony out over the sideline. Down towards Brian Buggy O'Mara. And O'Mara, who was involved in the Tipperary goal earlier on, takes off. Limerick players after him. O'Mara trying to make an angle in space, and he puts it over the bar. A second point of the match for Brian O'Mara, the 22-year-old. Well, he made his debut 2 years ago in the championship at this stage. A little bit out of his depth at that time, but he's back in now. He's in a good league, and he's having a very good start to this championship match here. 3 between them. And Shane McGrath's coming on. James Woodlock's going off. Well, that is a statement of fact that Tipperary have needed boosting in midfield. Tom Stapleton, a point scorer earlier on. That's a huge one down. One back again by Limerick players, and they almost get it a muddle there. Plenty of green shirts back there, but they've left it behind to Owen Kelly. And in the end, it's going to be a 65. Went off the stick of Nicky Quaid. But they well, very difficult for the players. Pa Burke has now got a goal and 2 points. So that wonderful performance, 8 points against Dublin, 2009 All-Ireland quarter-final. Inside his own 65-metre line, it's going to drop outside the large rectangle this time. Breen trying to catch it, beaten in the air by Portimar. Takes a good man to beat him in the air. Tom Stapleton all the way down into the inside forward line. Caught there by John O'Brien inevitably. Neatly across here, Kelly. Blocked down well. Gavin O'Mahony got the block. Comes back out to Noel McGrath. Blocked again. That's great hurling. And it's picked up by James Ryan inside his own 45. Dodges around Brendan Maher. Gets it away to midfield. One back once again by Shane McGrath. His first intervention. Conor O'Mahony now. Diagonally across over here towards Brian O'Mara. Bit of work for Richie McCarthy to do. And still got a lot of work to do. O'Mara's got it. Chance to set up another attack. This is dangerous. Garrod Ryan in the breach. Very awkward angle. Tricky time for him. O'Mara spinning around. Hooped well by Condon. And Condon in there as well, but it's again back with Tipperary. And it's another block. It's amazing stuff here. Condon hand passes it out as far as Donald O'Grady, and a big long 70-80 metre clearance for Limerick, who continue to lead by 2 points, 1-8 to 1-6. 3 minutes to go to half time. Great first half of the Munster Championship, gathered in here by David Breen, right on the sideline, out over the line. The linesman has decided they play away, but it's got to be a line ball, I think, for Tipperary. First point of the match. It's had a couple of wides. This is an easy one, you would imagine, and it is. So 1-8, 1-7 now. Beautifully balanced as we approach half-time here. And there's David Fitzgerald, now the Clare manager, of course. Towards Shane McGrath, didn't reach him, but it reaches Maher once again. Progress held up initially, but he's strong, fiercely determined, and off he goes again. Owen Kelly, he's got out around the 40 this time. Into McGrath, that's Noel McGrath, swung around and effortlessly stroked it over for his second point of this first half. Beautiful shot, and the teams are level for the fourth time. And we're in the 35th minute, as you can see. This was beautifully done, so graceful, so powerful.
Yeah, that's just pure class. Great ball by Owen Kelly. He knew who he was playing in front of, and great finish by Noel McGrath. Lovely point.
Kevin Downs came out to try and get that puck out for Limerick. David Breen has it now. Good blocks on it. Tipperary know exactly where the Limerick puckouts are going to go, and time and again they've got lots of bodies over there. But now trying to set up counter-attacks themselves. Stopped by Graham Mulcahy. He's in the thick of it. Referee's not too far away, and I think down. Coming across here is Richie McCarthy. He'll be happy enough with his first half here, even though he's been up against one of Tipperary's best, Brian O'Mara. Huge one down by Paul Brown. Released out there towards Shawnee Tobin. That's a tricky angle. Oh, he's measured it brilliantly. He's got it spot on. That's his first point of the match. Everybody in the inside forward line has now scored for Limerick, and 5 of the 6 forwards have got among the scores, all save the captain, David Breen. Right out there near the sideline. Very difficult shot for him to take on. He's done well.
Yeah, John, from a forward's point of view, just before the half-time, you know, after working very, very hard, just to get your name on the score sheet, it makes a difference. It gives you a great boost going in at half-time.
Well,
next year, Cyril Farrell and Gerlach Nan here in our third studio. We have a game in our hands here.
Yeah, we've got a right good game, Michael. You have goals, you have points, you have blocks, you have stop. It's the intensity of the Munster hurling. It's completely different. Championship is completely different to the league, and we have a right game in our hands. Limerick got the start they needed. Dowling got 4 or 5 points early on. Mulcahy got a fantastic goal, but Tip are creeping back into it, and you just feel the whole time with the breeze behind them that if Tip get their intensity up, they should push on to win it.
Well, that may well be so, but it's Limerick that are leading it.
Limerick, and deserving to be leading it. You know, it would be a shame if they're going to hit half-time a point down or even at level, because Tip started off so slowly. They were off the pace, their work rate was very poor, trying to play the perfect ball the whole time, rather than letting the ball fast into the full forward line. The only 2 players who are really standing up for Tip are Brian O'Mara at full forward and John O'Brien. They're the only ones winning ball. The half forward line has just been cleaned out by the Limerick half-backs. Now, on the other side, Limerick are playing lovely hurling. Moving the ball much faster and much longer than Tipperary.
Yeah.
And they're opening up the Tipperary defence in a way they haven't been opened up in a long, long time. So Limerick really should be further ahead. Now, the big danger is Tip have come back into the game. Shane McGrath has come into midfield. You would feel that the thing is swinging back towards Tipperary, but there could be a second win in Limerick yet.
Absolutely. Time for us to take a commercial break here on the programme.
start of the second half. And it's Limerick with Paul Brown fumbling that one. Curious throw in because it ended up near the sideline in the middle of the field, and it's won back by Paddy Marr. Upended, but the referee says play on. Pulled there by Conor Alice. He's lost his stick. Limerick have the ball back. Paul Brown again to David Breen. Diagonally across here to Downs. Fumbled. Comes back again towards Shane Dowling. And Shane Dowling now with a couple of Tipperary players after him. One of them, Conor O'Mahony, got a lovely block on it. Back into Downs again. Great play at the start of the second half. Kevin Downs. Ooh. That's gone over the bar, but that wasn't the plan, I think. The plan was to rattle the back of Brendan Cummins' net. He mishit it, and it went up into the sky after being set up here by Shane Dowling, following this block by Conor O'Mahony. In came Kevin Downs. Now watch this for a shot. Way up there. Don't think he intended that, Michael.
No, he was going for a goal, but lucky to get the point in the end. And here's Garrod Ryan now with a snapshot, and that's gone wide.
So chances at both ends. Limerick stretching their lead to 2 points. Garrod Ryan still to score.
The team seem to be struggling in the heat, and you know Limerick are full of beans at the moment and hurling well again. They started the game very well. They started the second half very well.
Shane Dowling to add to his 5 first half points. Point number 6. Corner back, across to Paddy Marr, loses it, and Limerick are the ones who are in the faces of the Tipperary players. Ball spilling loose eventually. It's Shawnee Tobin looking for a support player. It's David Breen hitting it from a good 50 metres out. Umpires look at it and decide yes, it's inside, and it's over the bar. Tremendous afternoon for the Limerick followers. They've got a huge following here, and their team are leading this match by 4. And the captain, David Breen, the 26-year-old from the Piercing, has got the latest one.
Yeah, there's just the intensity of their tackling that caused Pádraig Marr to make that mistake. They were in his face, dropped the ball, and David Breen with a great score. And Tipper in big trouble now if they don't get the next score.
Stephen Walsh has won this one. He's the quarterback for Limerick from that puck out. Tipperary looking for that next score. This time towards John O'Brien. Again it breaks down. David Breen. Shane McGrath, number 23, in there with the yellow helmet trying to get to it. Now it's Garrod Ryan for Tipperary. On his hands and knees, needing a support player. That support player was Tom Stapleton. Big one in. Richie McCarthy goes after it himself. Owen Kelly almost got in the way of it. Kelly has it back. 20 metres out. Kelly challenged, lost, and the referee said no foul. That's amazing. I thought there was a free in there for Tipperary, and the foul was on Owen Kelly, I thought. But no free was given.
Well, this is something
just to get it to a support player. Taking it away is Graham Mulcahy, blocked by Shane McGrath. Onto it quickly came Paul Brown, turns around, back in here again, taken by Mulcahy, 50 metres out, and that's a good looking one, and it's gone over the bar. A goal and 2 points for Graham Mulcahy from Kilmallock. And now it's 1-13 to 1-8. And Tip haven't scored. And we're nearly 10 minutes into the second half. Again, Limerick being called on to defend. It's over 11 minutes, in fact, since Tip have managed to get a score, and Tom Condon is determined they're not going to get chances, not easy ones. James Ryan fires it away in, big one down, taken by Tobin. Shawnee Tobin swinging around and putting it over the bar. What about this for a Limerick performance? Irrespective of what happens for the next 25 minutes, they've come to Thurles today. They've taken on Tipperary, the Munster champions, winners of 4 of the last 5 Munster titles, and they've done it remarkably well. Brendan Maher for Tipperary, big one in again towards O'Mara, spills out, it was on, taken back here again, Porrick von O'Mara, stopped on the line there by Nicky Quaid, hand passed out as far as Wayne McNamara, and McNamara the wing back, clears it away down. 2 Tipperary players intent on getting that one, went off Ross here. Carried on by Conor Ellis, on his debut, in the sunshine, in front of 22,000. Nobody able to catch him, and that's got over the bar. Conor Ellis has got a second point. Well, Paul Curran was chasing after him, but the crowd are giving their encouragement.
That's a brilliant score, Jerry. He saw that he had Tom Stapleton beaten for pace, kept going. Just after hurling over the bar, and it could have went into the roof of net. Brilliant score. And what I'm impressed with, Jerry, is that Limerick are holding their positions. If you watch their half-back line, they're holding their...
Aware that he could be hooked. Gets enough space, drives it away. In between cornerback and fullback. Back out comes Paul Curran, hoping that this will be a triumphant year for him as captain. And he's grounded and but the referee's going in there. Now did he carry the ball? Well caught. Great play. Richie McCarthy again. Neat distribution out as far as Wayne McNamara. And there were doubts about the fullback's capacity, but he's done well. Here comes Conor O'Mahony, slipping it forward again here. John O'Brien sending it in, and it's lost there by Noel McGrath. Outmarked, in comes Brian O'Mara, but the tenacity of Limerick's Donald O'Grady is the main factor there. He was everywhere so far. Out to Paul Brown, much more noticeable in the second half. All the way down. Taken up by Shane Dowling. And Dowling winds up for the shot, is confident in himself, backs himself to score, and he does it. Second one in the second half for him, 7 points in all. Only 19 years of age.
Yeah, Jared, that's a great score. You just to have the confidence and have the power at this stage of a game. Normally a young player would be running out of steam, but that's a great score.
Again, it's Limerick's backs who might need their goalkeeper, and that time it's Gavin O'Mahony who went back, and they are inclined to be a little bit exposed back there. The movement of the Tipperary forwards from time to time can catch them. This time Noel McGrath's back out on the 40. Sets it up here. Chance for Pa Burke. And Pa Burke drills it with care and accuracy and puts it over. He's got a goal and 4 points. And he's got Tipperary's only 2 scores in the second half.
Yeah, nice piece of skill there by Pa Burke. But you know, still 15 minutes to go, but you know, Tipperary really need a goal now, and as you said there, Jerry, a minute ago, 1 or 2 little half chances developed there, and Limerick full back line want to keep their concentration.
2 points for Tipperary, Michael, in about 22 minutes. Tipperary need to keep their composure and pick off some scores. Pa Burke, well, that lacked composure, and he was the kind of...
But some of the wides, like Brendan Maher had 2 very bad wides, Pa Burke there, they missed a few frees in the first half. It's really uncharacteristic for this Tipperary team and just a bit lackadaisical.
Nicky Quaid's puck out. But 14 minutes of the 70 to play. Can Tipperary still... Comes back to Conor McGrath. Shane McGrath rather.